It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before the braking zone of turn 14.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Invictus Racing League's F2 division. My name is Webbo, and you've got a quick preview there of who we have joining me in the commentary box tonight. We welcome back fan favourite Burmeister. Burr, say something. You're on with us now.
I know, mate, but I have to put my voice on share, I think, mate.
Good stuff. Okay, he's coming quickly if you haven't managed to hear him just yet. I'm hearing myself back about a second delay. I don't know if you can turn your headphones down or your TV down at all for me. But yes, what we have then, this is round 13 of the championship, and we are brought to you here by Nelket Hall by Grid Finder and Driver 61. I'll take us through the grid. It's Ivanbelov in the AlphaTauri, our championship leader. Win or bust has been his championship season so far. 8 wins out of 12 races. Then Kuipers and Ben Roberts. Kuipers very close there to the pole. Ginger Tiger in 4th, chasing down the championship lead. Then Keza, Cool, 132. Office Red, Simon Palmer, Joe Hamster and Tirac will all start on soft tyres. And then Nitrogash, Smoke, Rusman and Eric Pancakes will complete the grid. We have a 1.1 second field spread. This should be tight, Burmeister.
Yeah, it's always tight in F2. It's like I said before, it's like who can make the less mistakes now in 30 laps, and there are a lot of mistakes possible on this track.
Definitely. Yeah, it is a fiendishly difficult circuit, and Burr was talking us through some of those challenges, but you can continue doing so through the race.
I have to race, mate. I have to race, I see.
I think you're going to have to drive round to the pit, so we might have a fairly quiet Burmeister on the first lap of the race as he brings the car into the pits to retire.
Can I drive the in the outlap into the pits or what? Or,
no, I think you have to do the. I think you have to take the start.
Okay.
Just back off from everybody. When this happened to Lightning, he actually outscored a couple of people because they retired in lap 1. So.
Oh. Yeah, he had it in F1, I believe.
That's right. It happens, unfortunately. Hi to Rents, who joins us in the live chat, and hi to everybody who is with us. Let's have your podium predictions. We've got an AlphaTauri front row, followed by an Aston Martin 3-4. Should be a very interesting race with mistakes and problems and tricky track surface, but also inter-team battles likely towards the end of this race, and particularly difficult, Burr, if you're starting right alongside your teammate.
No, I don't think so. I think Ivan has to give the win to Kuipers, just because he can.
But Ivan's going for this championship. So
does he really need the full 15 points then?
I think he does. He's not a huge distance away from Ginger Tiger. There are only 8 points in it.
Well, Ivan is
7 points.
finish or DNF, I believe. Huh?
That's right. That is his pattern. Yeah, it's win or DNF, or don't show up.
Win or DNF. Well,
Yes.
Let's see then tonight.
Excellent. Well, the countdown has started, and we'll be underway for our formation lap very shortly. Obviously, you can retire from the formation lap, or you can have some fun. Yes.
Let's put on the play sheet quickly. Yeah.
So Rent says you need some ironclad nerves to get through the first turn without trying a move that'll ruin your race. It is it's always risk versus reward, but you need eyes in the back of your head to try and spot people's lines into turn 1, because everyone will have a go on the outside or the inside, Bert.
Yeah, I think you can't win a race in lap 1. And
Very
in
true.
F1 everybody knows that, and everybody's being patient in lap 1 and not doing stupid moves, but just trying to keep each other alive with no damage.
So we have hard tyres selected for Smoke and for Rusman. Obviously, as we say, Burmeister has managed to start ahead of Rusman thanks to Rusman's 5th place grid penalty. And we have Nitrogash on medium tyres. Just Eric Pancakes outside the top 10 starting on soft tyres, so look to him to make moves forward potentially. But we have a very interesting pattern of teammates at the front here. Ivanbelov and Kuipers for AlphaTauri, Ben Roberts and Ginger Tiger kind of in the wrong order for the championship. They have to do the best job for Ginger Tiger to catch the 7-point deficit he has on Ivanbelov. Keza and Simon Palmer start 5th and 8th, and Cool 132 and Office Red, the championship leading Alfa Romeos, in 6th and 7th. Joe Hamster for Red Bull starts 9th with Eric Pancakes in 13th. We have Tirak and Smoke 10th and 12th, and Nitro and Rusman in 11th and 15th respectively. Rent says Ivan, Cool and Smoke are his predictions. I'll get your predictions maybe on lap 2, Bert. But
I'm just having a look on the circuit if everything's good.
Checking all. You're not wiping out braking marker boards or anything like that.
No. I'm quite nice at the moment.
Okay. Excellent stuff. We'll be underway for you very shortly. The championship leading Ivanbelov, 8 race winner out of 12 so far, is about to take up his grid position, and we'll get a quick thank you to Nailcut Hall, gridfinder.com and Driver61 who have made tonight's race possible. And there's a lot of excitement building in the live chat. Don't forget to share the race with friends and get your mates along for the ride tonight. 28 laps of the Shanghai International Circuit await us. We didn't see any hard tyres used properly last night. I wonder if we will tonight. But it's soft tyres, of course, for the top 10 as we almost underway for you. Getting ready for the start now. Here come the lights. And it's lights out and go, go, go with a drive-through penalty for Smoke immediately off the line, and Kuipers bogging down with Ben Roberts jumping him immediately, and so too is the Alfa Romeo of Office Red trying to go around the outside of Ginger Tiger. Can he make it work? It's a difficult one and he has to yield. It's now Alfa Romeos next to each other. The Aston Martin of Ben Roberts getting well ahead here, and now the Mercedes come on the ascendancy. Simon Palmer jumping forward directly behind Cole 132, and we'll have a go down into the hairpin. Office Red spins at the apex, overdoing a lunge on Ginger Tiger, and Ginger Tiger surviving that lap so far. Simon Palmer right on it, and Kuipers down at the bottom of the field and is following Burmeister, who's trying to make it into the pits to retire. Crazy stuff, crazy start, and unfortunately the worst positioning so far has come from Kuipers, but the race is early and hopefully he'll be able to pick things up shortly.
Yeah, it's quite frustrating, I think, right now for him, but he told me before, make me mad, and then I'm gonna provide things. So let's see if he can do now, but I think he already needs a safety car by now.
Well, we'll try and find out what happened to him, as now Smoke is trying to make places here. He dives down the inside of the McLaren of Rusman. Smoke struggling away early from the line, got a drive-through penalty, and it is 4 places up for Simon Palmer, who told me before the race he would be happy if he scored a single point tonight. He had no hope with his front tyre wear. Obviously it's early days on those soft tyres, but we were seeing pit stops in lap 4 or 5, as early as lap 4 or 5 last night.
Yeah, I think that's only possible when you go for a hard tyre. If you want to go for a soft tyre, you need at least lap 8.
Yeah. See what the guys can do as Ivanbelov leads this race from Ben Roberts, 7 tenths behind. A further 1.5 seconds is Ginger Tiger, with Simon Palmer and Keza forming a DRS train behind him, as is Cool 132 and Joe Hamster as well. And I don't know if we've got any Joe Hamster friends or fans or frenemies in the chat. Cool 132 taking a very wide line into turn 10. That looked non-deliberate. That was definitely an unforced error from Cool 132, and that will bring Joe Hamster even closer. But the DRS train is going to start taking effect on the next lap through. So the final chance here to get a move done purely on slipstream will ride with Joe Hamster, who has the best chance at getting a slipstream pass done here. But he looks to not have the top speed of Cool 132, who is inching his way away from Joe Hamster, visually at least. And it looks like it's no way through. And in fact, Tirac was catching Joe Hamster down the main straight at the back of the circuit. It looks like perhaps Joe, with a higher downforce setup, that could be useful for him later on, Burr, with tyre wear.
Yeah, I think you're quite right there.
Got DRS now enabled. Ivanbelov leads the race, but he's not managed to gap Ben Roberts. That was job number one for Ivanbelov, was get away from the rest of the field. Cool 132 getting super close to the back of Keza on the way through turn 2 and 3. But any update from Kuipers at all, Bert? Or is he head down and not talking?
I'm not in contact with him right now.
Okay. He will have been surprised to see you overtake him in an F2 race, I think. So.
No, I was just a little bit disappointed that I seen him standing right there.
Of course.
I know he put his effort in whole week, and I know he was quick, and then yeah, something happened. I don't know if it's contact or something different, but yeah.
Well, hopefully, do you know if he streams or records his footage, so we might be able to get an update of what went down later on?
I think he will call me after the race with an update. And if he's really mad, it can be a couple days until he calls.
Yeah, I imagine so. We've got a super close racing in the battle for 4th place here, led by Simon Palmer, Keza, Cool 132, Joe Hamster and Tirac, all following behind. Through turn 16, kicking up the grass goes Simon Palmer, and he's got his teammate behind him. Ginger Tiger some distance off Ben Roberts, maybe saving his soft tyres as Smoke has pitted 2 laps into his hard tyre run. That presumably must be for damage repair.
Yeah, it is. But I think Ginger doesn't have the pace tonight because he already used a lot of his ERS.
Okay. We've got a close battle going on. Cool 132 defending from Tirac, who is going to get him all the way down into turn 6 here. Tirac gets the move done, makes 1 place up, and it's unusual to see the car rearmost of a train start to make the overtakes, but Tirac's making it work.
I think Cool snapped on the exit of the turn 2 or something.
Sorry, Rents reminding us that Smoke had his drive-through penalty to serve, so he's not pitting for new tyres, he's just doing his drive-through that had to be done by now. That was a false start, a jump start from yeah. Smoke.
I was there, I was watching it because I was in the slot right behind him and I saw him jump starting it.
The thing is, if you're going to jump start, you might as well just keep going with the jump start because you're going to have to give up a pit stop. I don't know why he didn't just launch off into the distance.
Yeah, it was quite weird, yeah, because it looked like, I think he just slipped the clutch.
Into the pits comes Keza, stuck behind that train of drivers. So Keza pitting on the start of lap 5, end of lap 4. And that looks like either a hard tyre or a 2-stopper, Bert.
Yeah, should be. It's hard.
Okay, well, that's a long stint to run. You're going to need great focus skills to run that kind of stint. And,
I think the hards stay quite well.
Yeah, they will run and run around here. It's just getting them switched on for you, isn't it?
It is, but Yeah, it's quite difficult. It's you have to run with worn soft and medium tires, or you want the good hard tires all the way. It's your choice.
Yeah.
But I think it's quite the same in the end on this circuit. On time.
I think that was the reading. Yeah, it was medium soft or soft medium. There was very little to separate them in terms of lap time overall. Eric Pancakes retires from the session. That will upset Foxy. Eric, on the gap between turns 11 and 12, that's a VSC so far. VSC has been given so that drivers have slowed. I'm hoping to catch a glimpse of Eric Pancake's car. It's off the racing line, Bert, so we might get away with it.
Yeah, we might. But yeah, this is a time, lap 5. Your soft tires, they are getting like 50% or something. It's getting a little bit more slidey, but you need to survive like 4 or 3 more laps on them to make the soft medium stint work. But yeah,
into the pits comes everybody on the soft tyres apart from Ginger Tiger,
I think
who
it's safety car,
has stayed out. Ginger Tiger staying out of the out onto the circuit. Smoke is obviously going to stay out as well, I would imagine. But the VSC is holding, and it is enabling everybody to get these cheap pit stops at this stage. What will Kuipers do? Because surely the VSC is going to be ending soon. Kuipers taking a very narrow line into the pit lane, looking for that gravel trap that doesn't exist anymore. After the 90-degree right, we go green again, and a drive-through penalty for Simon Palmer for speeding under the VSC. That's a little bit clumsy, Bert.
Yeah, it is. I had that one time, and then you're just it's just a part of the circuit. Sometimes you don't want to put that gap on 4/10 or something, because you also you don't want to lose there, and then sometimes you go like 1,000 or something in the red, and then you get this penalty. But yeah, it's always stupid.
Well, you get plenty of warnings, don't you? Jeff's screaming at you. You've got visual warnings, so maybe he just anticipated the green light a little bit too early, or wasn't enough below his delta.
Yeah, but if you're in a corner or something, then the delta's going quicker, and it's difficult to say what happened.
Rents asks an interesting question, in which I don't know the answer to, but with 8 wins so far, here we go, Ben Roberts on Ivanbelov, the first DRS pass we've seen in anger, and he gets himself up into P4 with Ben Roberts on the medium tyre. Ivanbelov trying to look after the hard tyres and gets a big snap of oversteer on the exit of turn 15. But back to Rent's question, Bert, has Ivanbelov broken some kind of record with the number of wins so far in either this division or Invictus overall? I've not been part of Invictus long enough, but...
I don't think so, mate. In the past we had like guys really close to esports, like CRG Gamer and that kind of guys, and they, if they were there, they just won. So I don't think he will be the record holder.
Well, he could stand to end up with, I think, 11 wins if he were to win all the remaining races, including this one. Surely that's got to be something. 11 out of 15 has got to be some kind of record, but it's certainly highly impressive. He's looking on track to be part of F1 next season, but of course it's a hard reset for everybody, Burr. It's a brand new game next season.
Yeah, it's a brand new game. I saw some footage. I didn't play it, but I think it's always exciting to have a new game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on lap 7, still having yet to stop, is Ginger Tiger on his soft tyres. He's hoping for a second safety car or full course caution here, I think. Nitrogash and Rusman from the back. Rusman up to P3, having not pitted. But the first, here goes Ginger Tiger's pit stop then. Couldn't wait any longer as now Cool 132 dives down the inside of Joe Hamster very late into the straight and gets to the apex. Just recovers the car. Massive drift on the way out. He's holding the inside line through turn 16, but Joe Hamster's going to have the DRS on the way through here. Ginger Tiger in the pits, medium tyres, and Joe Hamster gets the DRS, is creeping ever so slowly past Cool 132 towards turn 1. They will converge at some point. Cool 132 trying to ride the the trail braking into the apex here. Will he get the additional grip on the way through the corner? He's got the medium tyres. I think he'll get the better grip on the way out of the turn 3. And through they go. And Tirac fancies a bit of this too, Ber.
Yeah, I'm just watching. It was quite a clean battle. They gave each other a lot of space, I think.
Yeah. Too much?
I think too much, but yeah, I think Cool already should have made the move earlier on fresh mediums against fresh hards, which are already not on temperature. Why, yeah, you can just brake like 20 meters later. Yeah. I don't know why it's so difficult.
Well, I think the problem was he just was a bit heavy-footed on the throttle on the way out of turn 15, and lost track all the way through. Then towards turn 4, he was on the back foot. But he's got past now. Joe Hamster still trying to stay within DRS, and that's
he's
dream scenario.
Him, back right now. But I think in turn 1, he had to snap in turn 15, I think, and then in turn 1 you can just brake like later and have.
This is tremendous. They go 3 wide as Tirac tries to get 2 for 1. He's going round the outside. Joe Hamster won't give him a car's width on the outside there, and Joe Hamster triumphs. Tirac gets Cool at least, and will be on the ascendancy on the way down the start finish straight. Will he? He definitely will not. There we go.
He's
out of the race. Mate. Out of the race, knocks the corner off the car.
Safety car, mate.
Was that a little greedy? Was that a little bit hasty?
Yeah, I think he's in the battle, mate. And when you're in the battle, you have to be the cool guy. You have to drive safe. And he was just pushing too much on the exit, and then yeah, he got the oversteer and gone because he's greedy, I think.
Well, I was going to say this will help Kuipers, but of course he's only just pitted. It'll help him with getting at least one place on Office Red, but he's going to struggle now. Ginger Tiger is going to be kicking himself if he'd have waited one more lap, and we get our first safety car of the evening.
I think Ginger Tiger, he pits now one lap after the safety car of the VSC was gone, so I think he just made a mistake by not going while the first VSC was.
What is going on with Simon Palmer? He's done it again. Has he got some sort of glitch? Last week he was complaining about a lobby glitch, but this is crazy. He's now got a drive-through.
Yeah, mate, it's just... I think he had too much sport. Simon Palmer likes sport, eh?
Okay.
Maybe for his confidence he took some.
Yeah. Well, that's 2 errors under safety car conditions. One under VSC, one under regular safety car Delta. Yeah. Simon Palmer, he might join to talk us through it. Nitrogash pits, so does Rusman. Both McLarens giving up the lead of this race. Rusman pitting on hard tyres that are only 8 laps old. Can you get mediums to the end here?
Yeah, I think he can, mate.
Tremendous. Okay,
this is perfect for them.
Okay, so a medium run to the end. Nitro's
only
put hards on.
Rusman put mediums on again. He was on mediums the first stint, so he's going for another pit stopper then, I think.
Okay, well, we will see on that one. Ben Roberts gets up close to the safety car. It was sort of waiting on a blind corner of turn 4, and turn 4, bit of a problem.
Yeah, Kuipers should also get new mediums. He's doing right now. Everybody should get new tires right now behind the safety car.
Yeah. You don't want to regret.
It's gonna be interesting right now with this medium tires and these hard tires. Yeah. It's like yesterday. It's gonna be close in the end. The medium's gonna be faster in the beginning, but after I think 10 or 11, 12 laps, the hards are gonna make his comeback, I think.
Okay, good bold prediction. We like it. So Ben Roberts leads Ivanbelov. The top 2 have switched round now that the strategies have converged slightly. This is going to help those medium runners that put the tyres on the previous VSC, because it's going to help those medium tyres to last that extra little bit. They were marginal when they put the medium tyres on. Now with a couple of cool laps, that should really help their longevity. Looks like Burr has temporarily gone away from the microphone. Hopefully we'll get him back shortly. Joe Hamster is in 3rd with Cool 132 in 4th. Ginger Tiger down in 5th, exactly, I think, where he started. Let's check that one out. No, he's 1 place down from where he started. Joe Hamster's made up 6 places, and you'd be forgiven for thinking he's performing better without the pressure of his so-called fans who join to tell us that when they predict him to crash. Nitrogash in 6th, Kesher in 7th, Rusman in 8th after those 2 pit stops for McLaren. Then Simon Palmer running a drive-through penalty to make that he can't serve under the safety car. In 9th, Smoke in 10th, Office Red, and then Kuipers at the back, but with a good chance now.
Yeah, good chance, mate. There are 11 people separating him.
Certainly a good chance to recover the race and get some good points.
But I think this will not be the last one spinning out, mate. Now we're all on fresh tires, but after like 12 laps, this is all repeating again. People getting tires worse, trying to fight, and then make the little mistake somewhere on the exit. It's always oversteer exit on this track.
Yeah. Brent saying that there's some sort of witchcraft affecting Simon Palmer at the moment. Certainly having his fair share of bad luck. Well, I'm sure we'll get an explanation from him. Last week he was screaming for the lobby to be restarted, but it was the only person that the race glitch was apparently affecting, so we couldn't restart a race for one driver's misfortune. This time it's just penalties after penalties. Yeah, it's and like penalties who are not necessary. You don't gain anything from this. Safety car will come in this lap, so we've had a fairly short run because we had a VSC earlier. Everybody pitted, and you can see the tyre longevity requirements for the remaining 17 laps of this Chinese Grand Prix. A reminder, this is round 13, and this is round 12, and we have 2 more to come. We will go to Hungary and then finish the season in Silverstone on the final week of the season. Tyre warming in effect. Yella is working and can only listen in. Well, Yella, if to restart, I don't want to give you a spoiler. Not working. After the safety car from Ivanbelov. Now on the hard tyres, but the race should.
I'm watching the back.
Yeah, good job. So Ben Roberts heads back onto green conditions on the way between turns 15 and 16. An unusual place to restart this race considering the length of the start-finish straight, but he's got a good jump on the rest of the field. Ivanbelov 0.8 of a second behind, and then Joe Hamster is right behind him with Cool 132 and Ginger Tiger, Nitrogash, everyone within a second of each other as you would expect, except unfortunately Kuipers, who's 1.6 seconds back from Office Red. Simon Palmer is serving his drive-through and is in the pits right now.
I think Kuipers was sleeping while we're restarting, and Simon was also distracting a little bit maybe because he was already immediately serving his penalty.
Absolutely.
But he should be able to get back on this group, and we all have everyone in DRS range then.
Yeah, it should be interesting who can stay within that window. Ivanbelov is not one of those people. 1.3 seconds. Ben Roberts is absolutely going for it here. He's been so close to a win this season, but I don't think he's picked one up. I'll just check on that because I don't want to miscalculate for him.
Yeah, like I told you, it's the tyre difference right now between the medium and the hard tyre. I think Ivan is not playing to keep up at the moment, but as I said, it will come back later to win this race.
Yeah, so a single third place is the only podium that Ben Roberts has managed this far, and that really surprises me because he's got some really good pace. Cool 132 right behind Ivanbelov. Remember the difference in tyres as Burmeister's reminding us. Cool 132 right there behind our championship leading most winningest driver Ivanbelov, to put it in lazy English or American English. As Cool 132 then crowding Ivanbelov's mirrors. It looks like Nitrogash slipping back, and it's all about the medium tyres at this stage, but it's about making progress while you can on those mediums.
as long as you keep behind these hard tires, they're also wearing, and those hard tire guys will fight you hard at this point.
Yeah, exactly. So make it count now while you've got that grip, and then try and hang on at the end.
Can.
That's true. But can he make his tyres last to the end of the race?
That's the question for tonight.
It is. They will have the oldest tyres, unless they get a surprise safety car between now and the end of the race. 15 laps to go for the leader, and they barrel on through this brilliant switchback section of turns 12 and in the start of the long, winding, releasing snail corner of turn 13 with the Anting empty grandstands. And we look like we might have a move here. Ginger Tiger trying to get the slipstream on Joe Hamster. Remember, we spotted earlier Joe with poor top speed down that back straight, and it still seems to be the case. Ben Roberts lead, 2.3 seconds from Ivanbelov. Cool 132 right there with Ivan, but waiting for the next DRS detection zone, which is going to be a while to come yet, Bert.
Yeah, I don't think DRS is already open, is it?
It's just been enabled, but they won't get it until, I think, turn 13.
Yeah, they will. But yeah, then you have a train, and we're gonna have some battles, but I don't think anyone could get away right now.
No, it's definitely
they could put up a strategy together, Ivan and Cool and Joe Hamster, to get closer to Roberts again.
You think tow each other towards him?
Don't fight each other and tow each other.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good old slipstream battle, potentially.
I did something similar yesterday with Reska after some part of the race. I think in the beginning of the race we did that, but I know him for quite some years. Because when you know each other, you know you're gonna do that. You know what I mean?
So I was going to ask: is there any on-track driver signal you can give to the driver behind to suggest that, or do you just have to rely on their knowledge?
I don't, because we race so much with and against each other, you know, you think the same thing at that moment. Because we were like, at that point, I think like 2 seconds behind Jelle Giese, and then we did some tows and we came closer, but in the end he couldn't keep up because I think we were on a different setup. And I had better front tires in the middle sector. Oh, someone crashed again.
We've got a nice move from Rusman on Keza there, getting the overlap done. Cool 132 on the back of Ivanbelov, losing aero into turn 1. Was tempted for a move. Ivanbelov could have crossed the bow, and you could just watch the understeer take effect on Cool 132's car.
Yeah, but look at Ivan's ERS. He's still on 90%, so he isn't using anything.
So he's keeping his powder dry for the end of this race. He doesn't want to let, obviously, Ben Roberts get too far ahead in the distance, but Ivan knows there's plenty of this race left to run. Just under half distance to go. Ivan looking to maintain that exceptional record so far, which is win or no score in this season 13 F2 championship. Could be the last time we see Ivanbelov in F2. But as we mentioned before, the new game is a reset and everybody will have to re-qualify. Nobody gets a pass. Even the champion of F1 doesn't get a pass. It's all about your pace on the current iteration of the game. So we've got a nice long DRS train started. Simon Palmer, Burmeister, has got another penalty. Here comes Cool 132 down into turn 15 into the hairpin, and 14 the hairpin. This is 15, just the exit of the hairpin effectively, and he gets the job done. So moving forward, and his next target will be to try and gap Ivan's car now, as Joe Hamster's crowding around the back of Ivanbelov. Will get good grip, but they're on equal tyres, so what can Joe do? Goes down the inside. Ivanbelov does the same on Cool 132, retaliates with the DRS. Nice work, and Cool 132, Burr says, went wide.
Yeah, he went a little bit wide in turn 1, and Ivan doesn't need a second to pace.
No. Absolutely. Joe Hamster really struggling to position the car with Cool 132 wide, and then
why did you do this?
Cool 132, and that was contact with Ivanbelov.
Yeah, he braked too late for turn 4, and he just hit him on his left back wheel. But I don't know what he was doing because he was already on 15% of ERS and he's just, he gives the position back right now, he knows it.
Well, the Alpha Tauri started together on track and they're virtually together on track again, only now they're at the end of the tail of the field. Ivanbelov down to P9 and the difficult job has just become almost impossible.
Well, I think around lap 20, 21 we could get a new safety car because tire wear from the 10 laps old mediums is gonna come in. So that's a possibility. But otherwise it's gonna be really difficult right now. But it's not your fault, so it's quite frustrating, I think, for Ivan.
Absolutely. We've got Rusman behind his teammate Nitrogash. Nitrogash not giving up the place despite being on the worst tyre at the moment, and forcing a problem there for Rusman under braking. Perhaps he'll try and signal to his teammate to let him go. But no way through for Rusman at the moment. This is not the best team play, and now they've hit each other. But that's really clumsy.
Oh, yeah. It's all quite close in there, but avoid hitting your teammate at least.
Always. It's the golden rule of F1. Cool 132 is in the pits for new tyres and presumably a front wing change.
I think he got some damage there, but that's quite strange because he hit him with his, it was wheel to wheel, I think.
Yeah, obviously, Ren says Cool was obviously struggling, and you did mention he'd been wide on previous corners, but yeah, big shame, and this is the kind of thing that a championship leader dreads, is being taken out by a non-rival, but at the tail end of the championship.
Like I told you, he was keeping close to them, but Ivan was on 99% ERS and he was on 13, so he was fighting very hard and pushing it all. And I think you can't just do that to a title fighter like, you can fight him, but fight fairly and don't dive bomb him.
Yeah, but it's part of being a champion, and becoming a champion is being able to navigate these problems. Ivanbelov, the fight back begins as he makes a move immediately on Cool 132's teammate Office Red. So Ivan up to P8 with a 3-second target in front of him of Smoke's Ferrari. But Rusman and Nitrogash continue to fight. Rusman has run out of ERS trying to fight his teammate here. And this is not going to be the way for McLaren to get the maximum points out of tonight's race.
I don't think they're in a party right now.
Right, yeah. But at least Nitrogash can see the tyre difference, and he can see the orange car behind him. There's no mistaking that papaya orange, right?
There is no mistake in that, but he also knows that he's gonna get the better tyres soon.
Yeah. Well, there's no team orders certainly in effect to favour Rusman at this stage. Ivanbelov has got the gap under 3 seconds, with Smoke now closing in on the back of Keza, and this is our DRS train from second downwards. Joe Hamster, Ginger Tiger, Nitrogash, Rusman, Keza and Smoke. Ivan will be wanting to join this party, but would hope that they slip out of DRS from each other by the time he gets there. Ben Roberts leads this race by 5.2 seconds with 10 laps to go.
Yeah, but they're all draining. They're fighting each other so hard in this train.
Yep. Ginger Tiger trying to get the job done here. Now Ben Roberts.
Oh, Rusman going wide.
So he is, and now he's fighting with Keza. So I don't know if he's cooked his tyres, Bert.
He's drained his ERS at least.
Yeah. Certainly cooking the battery. But Ginger Tiger needs to win this race while Ivanbelov is down in the order. And Ben's not really helping him. Now Ben needs his first win of the championship the season so far, but his teammate is going for this championship. You wouldn't give up your win, no.
No, I would never, no.
Here comes then Rusman, right back on the tail of Nitro as Smoke goes for the move on Keza down into turn 5, and they almost touched wheel to wheel. You've got Keza holding the outside, becoming the inside into turn 6 and 7, and resuming that place Rusman cannot get past his teammate, but his teammate has now slipped out of DRS on the back of Ginger Tiger, so it should be easy pickings now for Rusman on this lap, but it's taken 3 or 4 laps to get there.
I think the point of Ben Roberts' tyres getting worse now than the hards has come now.
Right. It looks like Office Red is struggling for grip through turn 12. I just saw a slightly sideways moment there. And now Rusman, 4/10 of a second behind his teammate, finally gets the DRS profit. Joe Hamster is defending in front, but no way through for Ginger Tiger just yet. Down the inside, tries Rusman. Nitrogash cuts him off around the outside. Nothing too questionable there, apart from just teammates slowing each other down.
Yeah, or having fun.
Well, maybe. I'm not sure Rusman would call this fun, honestly, but... And Rent says he thinks some drivers need to learn how to build their race up a bit better and choose their moments. Well, this is F2, it's not F1, but yeah, you would expect them to know this by now. This is the second season on this game. This is race 12 of a 15 race championship. They should know what works and what doesn't over a race distance by now, surely.
Yeah, I think that's just experience. You can't learn that in 10 races, but if you've done 100, you should know.
Cool 132 has retired from the session. He is out and he's retired in the pit lane. I would imagine, that's down to non-repairable damage suffered in his slip-up that saw Ivanbelov spinning and is now on a recovery. In fact, Ivanbelov almost within DRS range on the back of smoke. Yellow flag sector 1. That is because Cool 132's car is not registering as having properly retired. Looks like Joe Hamster derating down the straight in front of Ginger Tiger. Here comes Rusman once again, and also once again comes Smoke down the outside of Keza. Keza tries to run in wide, and Smoke spins. Now that's one job done for Ivanbelov. Yeah. Smoke has a missing front wing, and he made contact with Keza on the way out there as well.
Also, tires coming back into play right now, mate.
Yeah, so 9 laps deep into 9 or 10 laps deep, sorry, into the medium run. Let's keep an eye on that lead of Ben Roberts, which is currently 6 seconds on the medium tyres, and he's now having to nurse those tyres to the end. Ben Roberts is also not using ERS, so I think he's quite comfortable at the moment. But all the ERS in the world isn't going to help you look after your tyres, I don't think. So he's still going to have that challenge at the end of this race. He's still making his gap bigger. That's true. 6.3 seconds now, but that's partly because Joe Hamster and Ginger Tiger continue to battle. Ivanbelov closing on the back of Keza. He dispatched Office Red. He's easily got by Smoke, and he's into P7 now. But it's looking like this might be his first non-win of the season. What can Ginger Tiger do here? I don't think he's close enough to take Joe Hamster, despite the difference in straight line speed. He really needs that second place if he can't get the win, while Ivanbelov is not scoring. 7 points separated Ginger Tiger and Ivanbelov before we showed up to China, and he could get a big chunk of those points back if he can get himself on that. Into turn 1 now, I think. Well, let's watch Kuipers then, try and get a highlight for him, because it's been low light so far in the race. No, it's not going to make it. Oh, it's not quite there, is it? Unfortunately, Rusman, though, is mighty close still to the back of his teammate. Ivanbelov will start joining this group shortly. I wonder how quickly he can get past them. He's got Keza in front, who's on slightly older hard tyres, but not so older that they're going to be causing problems for him. Luke Bailey says Smoke is looking nearly worse than himself in this race. Well, Luke did show well last night at a couple of moments, I have to say. I think Ivan can still get up to P5.
maybe P4.
Wow. We've got Joe Hamster with a penalty at the moment, a 3-second penalty. The only person in the top 9 with a track limit penalty. I won't mention Simon Palmer's penalties anymore. They've rather added up tonight. Yeah, now we've got the intriguing difference between the tyres to come into play. As I said before, Rusman has spent everything in his battery. He might go for a late dive bomb here, and he does go for a late dive bomb on his teammate, whose tyres are almost better. Oh, it's really struggling to hang on to the car on the way out of turn 16, but he's done it. And you say Kuipers down the inside of Office Red.
It is.
Beautiful.
But it's getting quite difficult to defend now, I think. He has a good exit there. He's made it sick. Whoop! Now we need to get some distance in the middle sector, and then it will be good. And maybe if they continue battling in front of him, something happens.
Ivanbelov has caught and passed Keza very, very quickly, and he's now on the gearbox of the McLaren of Nitro. I think he's looking very decisive out there at the moment.
He's going to be on the podium, mate. With the penalty of Joe Hamster, he's going to be P3, I think.
Smoke with the fastest lap at this stage on fresh softs and a fresh front wing as well. Should be a little bit cleaner than the one he was using earlier on. But Joe Hamster's penalty would be really important here.
Ivan's going to get nitro gas right now on the straight.
Yep.
And then I think he will be very quickly to Rusman.
But the thing is,
and
look at
also
this. Look at this. The difference in pace between Rusman and Nitrogas now that Rusman has been able to get away. He's gapped his teammate by 2 seconds, and just think where Rusman could have been had they not been fighting through this stage of the race.
Rusman is on 0% ERS right now, so he's going to struggle right now. He just drained his battery.
Down comes Ivan into the hairpin, gets a little touch from Nitrogas, who tried to turn into the corner, and Ivanbelov defending onto turn 16. That seemed a little unnecessary, but he needed to make sure that he didn't draw alongside. Now he's got to be looking in the mirrors down the start-finish straight, but he gets a good exit from the corner, uses that a little bit of ERS to get ahead. Keza's gone into the pits. I think he's giving up a point score for a potential fastest lap point here, and a bit of fun on the soft tyres. But Ben Roberts' lead is now 7.3 seconds with 4 laps to go. Joe Hamster on longer lasting tyres in P2 with Ginger Tiger, Rusman, and now Ivanbelov in P5. Rusman has got a nice gap of just under 2 seconds, but can he hold on long enough?
Can't.
No, he can't, says Burr.
No,
we tried to keep people interested in watching.
I know, mate, but if you want to be interested, you should watch Ivan come back from P8 or 9.
Yeah,
and he's
really
going to
good.
drive it to the podium. I'm pretty sure of that. He's going to be P3, at least.
That's going to hurt Ginger Tiger as well, I think, if Ivan can catch him, pass him.
No, but he's going to take advantage of Joe Hamster's penalty.
Okay.
I think Joe Hamster will be P4 at the end.
But of course, Ginger Tiger, Rusman and Ben Roberts still to look after those tyres to the end of the race. And Rent says Ginger is also saving his ERS.
Rusman is at 0%.
Let's have a quick cheeky look, because we don't like running the telemetry on screen all the time. But yeah, Ginger with about 40%, Joe very little, and Ben Roberts with about 50%. Ivanbelov has had to spend a little bit here getting past these drivers, down to just under 30% at this time. So Ginger Tiger needs to start making moves now, and get past Joe Hamster, I think, to try and build that gap to Ivan.
No, I don't think Ginger will be battled by Ivan, but Ivan will overtake Rusman and take advantage of Joe Hamster's penalty in the end. So Joe will be 4th and Ivan will be 3rd.
Okay.
Ginger 2nd.
There you have
but
it.
it's Ginger against Ivan, I believe, in the championship.
That's it, yep.
So it will only be like 2 points overscore or something then. So
yeah, he really needed to score big tonight against Ivan to keep this run alive. But
Ivan in DRS.
we have seen the problem here for Ivan as the champion-elect. The the one in waiting for the championship is the fact that you just can't rely on all the other drivers to not have a go at you or have a pop, because they know you're driving with a championship in mind and they're not. So they've got everything to gain and you've got everything to lose. He couldn't quite get into DRS on that lap, so Rusman holds on for another lap. But with that ERS light flashing already, that is it's very welcoming for Ivan to be looking at the rear of the car. How excited do you get when you see that as a driver chasing the one in front?
Yeah, it's the best thing you can see, I think. or people struggling with grip. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
No, but that light, Ivan, Ivan never uses a lot. Now he's using it to make this big comeback. But the rest of the guys is all draining and pushing. But in the end, when you're below 10%, your car's gonna be so less quick.
Well, a new fastest lap from Keza on those fresh softs, and Cool132 joins the driver chat just to say how depressed he is with his own actions today. He said he takes full responsibility. The car didn't break the way he was expecting it to, and yeah, he's just incredibly disappointed. So again, very sporting of him to take the rap for that mistake. Doesn't blame anybody, but do you think maybe it was like cool tires or something after the restart that caused that?
No. He was just fighting too hard. But I think if the driver tells that within half an hour after the race in the chat, I think the incident should be cleared and it's all okay. At least if the belief is there with the one who did it, then I think it's all good.
Well, what I've seen in another league is that if you report yourself, then you get a 50% deduction on any penalties that are given you, and I think that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, but I think I think the best way to fix it is talk with Ivan, send him some messages, apologize, and then it's all clear. Nothing has to put into the stewards. Things can happen.
Yeah. It does happen, and it was not intentional, of course. So
yeah, if he knows he was wrong, then that's the most important part.
Very true, very true. Ivanbelov then is 0.7 of a second behind Rusman. I tell you, the other thing I quite like is the rule of I don't mind a bit of contact from time to time, and I think no harm, no foul is the way to rule it. But if you do cause damage or cause a driver to crash out of the race, then you automatically finish behind them in the standings.
No, Ivan is like a couple of tenths out of P3 right now. He needs to overtake. I think he's saving for the last lap.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's targeted that just this one.
No, he's going for it now. He's going for it.
Let's go, Ivan. Down we go, past Rusman. Hard on the brakes, on the hard tyres. Rusman on the mediums, and Ivanbelov up to P4, which should be P3 after the penalty.
He's back. Oi. No, Rusman is doing it again, but this is costing him time because he also needs to clear the penalty from Joe Hamster.
Yep. His best chance of doing that is staying right behind Ivanbelov, surely.
Yeah. No, of course, but Ivan also wants the P3, so he needs to have the pace here and the free air now in the middle sector to clear that penalty to Joe Hamster. 7.8. He needs like 4/10 in the last lap to be on the podium.
It is very, very close here for Joe Hamster's penalty. 3 seconds away. So yeah, 0.4 is Ivanbelov's need to catch against Joe Hamster for the end of this one. As the gap starts to close, but he's got no DRS this time, and he's spending everything he's got to try and make it happen. Nothing Ginger Tiger can do about it. He's just got to run his way to the podium and stay within the gap of Joe Hamster, who is extending the lead at this stage. Ginger Tiger actually at risk of dropping out. But keep an eye on that as I go back to the leader. Ben Roberts has got 1 corner to go to take his first win here in Invictus Racing League Season 13. Ben Roberts wins the Chinese Grand Prix and does it in style. Joe Hamster will cross the line P2. Ginger Tiger, though, will take that away, and it looks like Ivanbelov 0.2 of a second off the final standings. You heard Burr's excitement there. Joe Hamster in third, and for the first time that Ivanbelov finishes a race in this season, we will not talk to him as a race winner. Joe Hamster is in P3. Ivanbelov still in charge of the championship, I'm sure. Rusman, nearly 0.3 away in 5th place with a good drive, but frustrating what could have been against his teammate. Nitrogash finishes 6th, and we have Kuipers 7th. Good recovery from Kuipers for good points, followed by Office Red, fastest lap, and 9th place for Keza at 33.958, and Simon Palmer in 10th. We will see Smoke with the long run to the end of this race to finish, unfortunately for him, outside of the points. I wonder if he's going for fastest lap though, is he? Let's see what he can do. He'll be the last car to cross the line, but the win and the 1-2 for Aston Martin, Ben Roberts and Ginger Tiger. Brilliant stuff. Really exciting finish and whole race, frankly. But that was a real pleasure to take part in.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to take part in, of course. But I think this tracks like this, you always get excitement.
Very absolutely. There's a podium coming then for the Aston Martin boys. And I'm hoping to get a line at least from Ben, who doesn't have a mic. I have to say, I have my doubts. Surely someone has got a headset in the house or a set of earphones with a little microphone on the end from a phone. But hopefully he'll let us know. And there we have the winner, Ben Roberts for Aston Martin. A 47-minute race time, finishes with a very stylish gap of 9.8 seconds to his teammate Ginger Tiger, who I'm sure we will speak to shortly. Joe Hamster, one of the admins of the league, up into P3, which will be a popular result among the drivers, and Ivanbelov down in 4th position, but that's good points for the championship overall. And damage limitation. Rusman in 5th with driver of the day performance from 15th to 5th. Great job done by Rusman, but I do think he could have been on the podium today had Nitrogash let him through easier. Kuipers in 7th. That's got to be good news after the disaster on the first lap.
No, mate.
No, okay.
No.
Office Red in 8th, Keza in 9th, Simon Palmer in 10th, picks up the final point, and then Smoke did steal that fastest lap at the end and took it off Keza. Cool 132, Tirak, Eric Pancakes, Burmeister was the commentator who accidentally took part in the formation lap, but those are your non-finishers as well. Cool 132, desperately annoyed with himself for almost wiping out his our championship leader, but admitting full fault at the end of it.